By attending the remote Zoom meeting event, which is also live streamed on YouTube, you agree to the public policy of Toastmasters International as well as the unassociated remote hosting service. Some of your personal information, such as name, image, and any shared messages will be recorded. Your remote attendance hereby discharges Toastmasters International and Leadership Speak and or any of its members from all claims, demands, rights, promises, damages, and liabilities arising out of or in connection with the use or distribution of said video recordings, including, but not limited to, any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriation of likeness, and defamation. Zoom Master, please start the recording. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Leadership Speak, everyone, an advanced Toastmasters club for leadership development. We are one of the top 5 clubs globally. I am Sonia Meindl, your Sergeant of Arms of the meeting. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Leadership Speak is the premier club for experienced Toastmasters to become better self-directed leaders. We are an advanced club focused primarily on leadership development in everything we do. Our timer has the virtual hand raised so we can all see immediately who is keeping the time. Our Toastmaster of the day, who will lead our meeting, is none other than Nicole Whyte. Nicole Whyte is ready for today's mission. She's an agent of impact and inspiration. Behind those dark shades lies a Toastmaster for the past 5 years, an HR professional, and an educator with a genuine passion for empowering others and helping them grow. Get ready for a boost of good energy and inspiration. Please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Nicole Whyte.
Thank you, Agent Sonia. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Leadership Speak, Men in Black Inspired Meeting. Today's theme is Leaders in Black. Fun is our secret weapon. The mission begins now. Agent B, show them how. Waiting to be spotlighted first. I've just realized.
Spotlight, please.
There should be a big red button around here somewhere.
Found it.
We are the men in black.
Thank you, Agent B. Are you ready? Now I'm back on stage. Before we undertake our mission today, I am pleased to acknowledge our exceptional guests. Dear guests, you are important to us, and we'd like you to join in the fun. If this is your first time, or if you are a returning guest, Agent Lydia will post the link for our guest book in the chat box. And I would like you to sign it. Input your information because we're excited to get to know a little bit about you. Please also let us know if you'd like to learn more about us. The link is in the chat. Let me take a look. PR Master Lydia, please go ahead and share the guest link for the book. Thank you so much. The link for the guest book. Now coming back to the theme of our meeting, just waiting to be spotlighted. Mission is gearing up. Thank you so much. And there goes the guest book. Thank you. There you go, guests. We had a little delay, but mission is still in progress. Our theme for our meeting, it's all about fun. We are serious about fun. Leadership Speaks Men in Black meeting is a tradition that has become one of our club's most anticipated experience. Each year, the last Saturday in this month, September, we suit up, shades on, and step into the roles of agents on a mission. Just look at our Zoom background and our attire. We are coming to you live from the Men in Black headquarters. Yes, our background today is part of the disguise. Just as agents operate from their secret base, we too are on an assignment from our virtual headquarters, united in purpose and focus. The theme may be playful, but the mission is learning, leading, and growing together. We have fun with this theme every year, but our goal has always been bigger than just these black suits, dark glasses, these backgrounds. This assignment is leadership. That will never change. We are elite agents, exceptional self-directed leaders. We are sharp, adaptable, and ready for whatever comes our way. Our first speaker is Agent Yuseli Joseph, who will be delivering a toast to the theme. Zoom Master, please spotlight Yuseli. Thank you. Hello, Yuseli.
Hello, Madame Toastmaster. Oh, Agent N.
Yuseli has been a Toastmaster for 16 years, minus 2 months. Don't blame me, okay? It's a fun day. This agent says a good joke is a stress reliever and can be a bridge to better collaboration in a team. Zoom Master, thank you for spotlighting her. Over to you, Agent Yuseli.
A few years ago, one of my family members suffered copper poisoning. He was in an extreme pain. He had rapid dehydration and his blood pressure get down quickly. Arriving in the hospital, even the doctors looked worried about his condition. Everyone was pale and the anxiety was that high. Then suddenly I cracked a joke. Everybody in the room was laughing. Family members, doctors, nurses, even the patient was laughing. And you can feel that the pressure go down on us, on everybody. It was like banishing death from the womb. And everybody after, even the patient asked me, why did you make us laugh in such situation? And I told him, because you better die happy. Ladies and gentlemen, having a good humor is a powerful tool that we can use in everyday life, especially in difficult moments as a leader. This day in the hospital, because we laugh just for 2 minutes, make us feel more comfortable for what was coming next. So humor is a pressure relief. It builds trust, connection, and strengthens social bonds. In many situations, we know that charts and graph can't compete with a good laughter in terms of capturing the audience attention, creating a relaxed atmosphere, demonstrating empathy. Globally, many leaders who we know that are called charismatic people use humor with power. They use humor to share their message. One example that I have today is the former President Barack Obama. In almost every situation or every time he is speaking, it will make us laugh. And some days we may feel that he is like our next door neighbor. But now, it was the President of the United States. And still today, he is using humor to share his message. So for a leader, humor is much more than just a funny joke or a hearty laugh. Humor is our powerful weapons. So I invite you all, ladies and gentlemen in black this morning, to open your camera, your microphone, to raise a toast to our powerful weapon. I'm waiting for you. To humor our powerful weapon.
To humor our powerful weapon.
Our powerful weapon.
Our powerful
Back
weapon.
to you,
Cheers.
Madam Agent N.
Thank you, Agent Y. Just waiting to be spotlighted again as I move on to introduce some of our agents or other agents that's a part of this mission. In any other meeting, there would be role players. We are agents today. I would like to call on our timer, Agent Nelly Ayudo. She sees us as powerful leaders in power suits, ready to execute the mission. Nelly, please describe your role.
Good day, fellow Toastmasters. I'm your timer for today's meeting. I will time each speaker according to the agenda and signal using the virtual hand background. I will use green, yellow, and red to signal the time. After each segment, I will post the timing results in the chart. Thank you, and back to you, Madam Agent.
Thank you so much. I am moving on to our grammarian for this afternoon, Agent Holin Homock. Agent H, please approach the virtual stage and describe your duties.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meetings, the word is astute. Is adjective, meaning someone who is clever, sharp, and able to notice, understand things quickly, especially in a practical or strategic way. An example in a sentence. Agent Jack's astute observation of the alien's unique behavior, said the mission. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian's report when called upon during the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, grammarian Agent H. You all noticed though the example of sentence that she used? It's a fun day. Dear guests, now that you are warmed up, as I'm just checking in on you, you are the most important, and not one of the most important persons here, right? We are all important, but you have that extra for us. Please go ahead and fill in the guest book. PR Master Agent Lydia, you have been astute with your duties. Go ahead and share the link again in our chat. Thank you, guests, for completing it. I'm pleased to introduce our education speaker, who will deliver today's keynote style speech. At every meeting, we have an educational speaker who speaks for between 18 to 22 minutes. So although we are having fun, we are still learning. Therefore, this speech is an integral part of today's mission. Our speaker is Agent DTM Rozy Rana. Our evaluator is Agent DTM Nakawe. Let's spotlight Agent NK. Hello there, Agent NK. How are you today?
Good, Agent.
Good.
Madam Toastmaster of the day, how are you?
I am great, thank you.
Thank you.
Please go ahead and let us know what our DTM Agent RR, she's a double R, will be doing today.
Our DTM agent today will be delivering an educational speech which is aligned to her pathway under the motivational strategies level 5. Actually, she requested that I observe if she is able to offer value to all the agents in a funny way today. Over to you, Agent Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Agent Zoomaster Wahiga, please spotlight our leadership speaker. Hello there, Agent RR.
Oh, Agent NW.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our Agent RR has been a Toastmaster for the past 22 years. She's the managing director of Dorman's Coffee and is an innovative leader. For her, Fun doesn't mean the absence of seriousness. It's what fuels leaders. It sparks creativity, reduces stress, and sets the stage for high performance. But there is a secret that she will unlock. I say no more. Ladies and gentlemen, Rozy Rana, unmasking leadership secret weapon. Unmasking leadership secret weapon, Rozy Rana. The virtual stage is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters, today I'm going to start by asking you, what exactly is fun to you? Let's hear some answers, or let's have some answers in the chat, or feel free to come out aloud. It's about fun. Let's hear some. Yeah, there you go. Great.
Laughter.
Being on a mission. Fun is a way to relax, to enjoy. Thank you very much. Some more
Laughter
answers?
and joy.
Thank you. A pose. Interesting, Agent Gueda. Still waiting for a few more. Being playful freely. Great. Excellent. Thank you very, very much to every one of you who participated. So indeed, some might say a pose. I was expecting things. In fact, earlier in our toast, we heard about humor. Many people associate fun with laughter, with games, with travel, with hobbies. All of those are correct, but maybe partially correct. I would like to believe, or in my opinion, fun is not just the absence of seriousness. And it's not just laughter, because think about it. You trip, you fall, people laugh. I'm not so sure that that's exactly fun for you. It might be funny for someone else. So laughter is not always about fun. You could have fun having food, you could have fun over a meal, you could have fun watching Netflix. The bottom line is fun is something that you are drawn to, something that you enjoy doing. Take for granted, or take for instance, the fact that every one of you, we are almost 50 people. It's a Saturday. You could be somewhere else. You could be watching Netflix. You could be out with friends, family. What draws you here to Leadership Speak? Is it because Leadership Speak is fun for you? Could well be, but fun generally is something that you are drawn to. And it is not just me saying this, because the astute elders of the past have often associated fun with learning. There are age-old sayings such as, variety is the spice of life. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Laughter is the best medicine. And our very own founder, Ralph Smedley, had this to say: we learn most, or we learn best in moments of fun. And why is that? It's because largely that when you are having fun, there is that psychological safety. So it shows that fun and learning go hand in hand. When there's psychological safety, you feel free to contribute. Now, it's not just people saying this. This is backed by hard evidence. Google, the famous Google, carried out a research between 2012 to 2015, 3 years. They studied over 180 internal teams. And the most important, or the objective that they were looking for, is what makes some teams struggle and others thrive. And they came up, or the findings showed 5 different reasons, but number 1 above was psychological safety. And we've just discovered, we've just spoken about the fact that fun creates psychological safety. So there you go, research confirms it as well. So let's look at fun and how we at Leadership Speak have fun. At Leadership Speak, we not only curate themes like this one, Men in Black, we curate themes around Halloween. We have a lot of fun. We have so much fun, and what has happened as a result, and this is why we are saying it is a weapon. It is a secret thing that draws us together. We end up having so much camaraderie. We are a club with 30 of members from 35 countries, but visit across the globe and we are received with love. Hana from Namibia went visiting Dubai, and past and present members came to meet her. They had dinner together, they went sightseeing together, as you can see on that picture. Friends from Kenya and Uganda came to my very own factory for a factory tour. But that's not just it. We know each other so well because we enjoy this camaraderie. Let me ask another question, or one or more, maybe more than one question. I'll pick random members, starting with our past president, Bram Memon. Those of you in this group, members or guests, on the chat, what is Bram's favorite meal?
Biryani.
Biryani, I heard
Biryani.
Agent N say. Oh yes, everyone's shouting out biryani. No question about it. We know each other's food. Let me try another one. What is the fruit that Francois is most associated with?
Mangoes.
Mangoes.
There you go. That was so quick. How about this agent? I was just called Agent DTM. What about me?
Coffee.
Dorman's coffee.
Dorman's coffee.
Thank you. There you go. It just goes to show that we know each other, we learn each other, we get to understand each other's motivations, what we like, what we enjoy, and therefore, when we get together, if we want to gift each other, we know what it is. But guess what? It's not just fun that we have, because fact is that at Leadership Speak, this fun is what brings about results. In the last 2 years, we have ranked globally #1. We have had over 150 educational awards among our members. That is incredible. Most clubs struggle to get 12, 15, 20. We have had over 150. We're involved in big projects. We don't just meet once every 2 weeks. We meet every week. And in between the week, we have trainers, we have coaches, we have extraordinary meetings, we have legacy meetings, and all these come together to help the growth of our members. So what does this say? It says that fun is not just the goal, it is the fuel, it is the secret weapon. So that car has an engine. For me, I look at it from a car's perspective, because when I think of it as a weapon, it's also great because in the movie, we saw those weapons. But I'm in no war. But if you were in a war, the goal is to win. When you're driving, it's about the engine running. But fun is the fuel and the secret weapon. We achieve results, we achieve the fastest and the highest performance when we have fun. And why is that? It's because there's less stress. We're working in high performance environments. Yes, yet there's less stress. There is psychological safety, and hence we have better well-being. We are not afraid of being ridiculed when we are having an atmosphere where the leader is having fun with us and talking about biryani. We have creative engagement, and we build each other, we grow one another, we uplift one another. So it's not just at Leadership Speak Let's look at some corporate leaders. Richard Branson. Famous Richard Branson is well known for Virgin Airlines. He has founded many companies worth billions of dollars. And he says business should be fun. And no doubt, some have called him revolutionary, some have called him a maverick. Let's look at Southwest Airlines. They incorporate fun through humor. They say humor is culture. Over many years, they have recognized, that announcements they make, the safety announcements that they make, they get a bit monotonous and boring. So they bring in humor within their announcements. And they've gone viral on YouTube because of that. In fact, so much so that recently when the economy has been bad and there's been talk of layoffs and all, the biggest worry is not so much losing jobs. The biggest worry is, will we lose the fun and the humor? Because this culture is so important for our organization to thrive. So for a leader, it is very important to incorporate fun because the teams begin to trust you. There is trust amongst yourselves. It makes you approachable. It fuels energy within the groups. It diffuses tension. And it's infectious. When you laugh, others laugh. And therefore, fun is very important. And let's see, just in case you do not believe me. Now, there was a study done, another study, which said when people try to mimic laughter or mimic a smile, they suddenly were happier because your physiology affects your psychology. But let's not take the study, let's try it ourselves. Now, wherever you are, I ask you to open up your videos and I want you, this is an experiment we are going to do. I want every one of us to really get very, very, very angry, just angry. I want to see some faces of angry people. Okay, and W, I see you. Yeah, and Helga. Agent Nelly doesn't look too angry. I want to see more anger on your face. There you go. Yeah, anger. Excellent. Now keep that anger, and while being angry, I want you to smile. Hannah, you don't look very angry. You look like you're laughing. Okay, how many of us succeeded? What was that experience? Honestly, tell me on the chat, how many of us were able to be angry and smile at the same time? What happened? Any responses? Yeah, I can see Agent HT saying did not succeed. It was difficult, doesn't work. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is very hard because your body language, your physiology will affect your psychology. So sometimes life happens and you might be upset, you might be sad, you might be angry. But be aware that your teams may mirror your emotions. As a leader, it's very important for you to have positivity because your teams will mirror those emotions and it will take away the psychological safety if you are not happy. So when you have days like that, okay, be authentic, but try and smile. Remember to smile, and miraculously, your physiology will help you and it will bring about better functioning within your teams because a smile is associated with fun things and positive things. When there is no smile, when there is no fun, when there is just work, work, and work, you have a lot of stress, you have negativity. And what happens there is people feel burnt out. There is no fuel to keep the positivity. And that it's like being on a treadmill and just pushing and pushing and pushing yourself so much. Eventually, you bust. You can only do a routine at a consistent pace, but the more you try and be high performing, you will burn out if there is no fun or if you're not enjoying it. So I challenge you, if you feel that way, then smile. There's one, I can't make this up. As I was doing research for this project, this cartoon came across, which said, and it was a forward someone sent to me, which says, you don't stop having fun when you get old. You get old when you stop having fun. So that adds another benefit of fun, longevity. You want to live longer? Then absolutely have fun. Be deliberate in having fun. There are little ways, small ways. Don't force it, but show your human side. Start a meeting with an icebreaker. We at Leadership Speak, we always have a greeter. Show interest, show empathy, because when you connect with people, you begin to have that camaraderie. And when you have connection, one or the other will bring about positive emotions and you'll have fun. I repeat, fun is not the goal. It is the fuel. Because without fun, your engine may still run, but eventually it will burn out. So, my dear friends, fun is that fuel that propels your growth, that brings about performance, trust, camaraderie, connection. And in closing, I say to you, elevate your fun and elevate your performance. Thank you very, very much. And back to you, Agent NW.
Great Fire of 1835. Forced most insurance.
Thank you. Yes, send up those virtual applause. Look at that. A well-researched speech that's some facts about fun and leadership. Thank you so much. You reminded us, and you even quoted from our former founder of Toastmaster International. We learn best in moments of fun. Indeed. Great takeaways. Thank you, Agent RR. All right, just give me one moment. Seems like who is disturbing me on this important day? Hold on a moment. There's a call from the headquarters. Hello? Thank you so much. Roger. Headquarters has cleared the way. We now enter in the prepared speech segment of our meeting. First, our next speaker is Agent Angela Brown, and her evaluator is Agent Yuseli Joseph. Wait, you all remember that agent? She's doing a double role today. This mission must go on. Agent Y, please tell us what Angela will be doing today.
Thank you, Agent NW. Toastmaster Angela is working on the project Deliver Social Speeches. She will deliver her second speech. The purpose of this project is for her to practice delivering social speeches in front of the club. She will deliver today an acceptance speech. She will have 3 to 4 minutes to present the speech. Back to you, Agent NW.
Thank you, Agent Y. Angela, Agent A, is an author, an experienced educator, and a seasoned Toastmaster. She's an advocate for people living with chronic illnesses. Her speech today is a message of hope, resilience, and validation, reminding people that even in the face of illness, they can strive, not just survive. Angela Brown, turning pain into purpose. Turning pain into purpose. Angela Brown, the virtual stage is yours.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Have you ever had news that changed your life in 30 seconds? First and foremost, I'd like to thank the people for giving me this award. I am truly honored to be here today to accept the award for Most Inspiring Author. I'd also like to thank God for allowing me the opportunity to be here today. I'd like to thank my family and friends for the support and they've given me through my many health challenges. Without them, I would not be here with you today. They cried with me, they laughed with me, and they helped me when I needed it the most. I'd also like to thank Raymond Aaron and his team for the guidance they gave me as I wrote my book, The Miracle of God, How 30 Seconds Changed My Life Forever. I also want to thank the people who have chronic illnesses, who are the warriors in today, in my speech today. Everyone with chronic illness is considered a chronic illness warrior. There were times when I thought that I couldn't finish writing the book. It stirred up emotions in me that I thought were long buried. But I knew that I had to persevere and write this book because I needed to share my story to help others who were like myself. Having a chronic illness or mental illness is not a death sentence. Having a negative diagnosis does not mean you're going to have a negative life. There is so much to accomplish in life, even with chronic or mental illness. And so that's the reason I shared my story, to help others. I'd like to thank you all for this opportunity to be here today. This is, words cannot express how truly grateful I am for this award. People with chronic illness and mental illness need to know that there's life even with a chronic illness. Yes, it's hard. It takes courage. But with every step you take, you open for the world of possibilities. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because you have the opportunity to thrive, not just survive. I'd like to close with my quote from my favorite author, Maya Angelou. She said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with passion, compassion, humor, and style." Once again, I'm truly honored to be able to have this award today. Thank you.
Thank you for all the virtual applause. I'm doing both. Thank you. And Agent A, for sharing, for being vulnerable to and motivating others with your message. You are advocating for others and showing up for mankind. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Agent Sandra Valks. Am I excited? Absolutely. And our evaluator is Nikhita Winkler. Hello, hello.
Hello, Agent.
Hello, agents. Please. Nikhita, tell us what Sandra will be doing today.
So the purpose of Sandra's project is for the member to learn about different types of negotiation and the strategies that can be used with negotiation. And so she will be sharing negotiation skills with us. Looking forward, Agent Sandra.
Thank you, Evaluator Agent Nikhita. Now, Sandra is known as the compassionate queen of straight talk. I just love saying that. What a fun meeting. I can do something different. She is a storyteller, a coach, and an adventurer who has learned that some of the toughest negotiations in life don't happen in boardrooms. They happen in our kitchens, our barns, and sometimes inside our own heads. Today, she'll share 3 stories about a shiny white fridge, some fiesta turkeys, never heard what I'm looking, and the moment she walked away from everything safe to claim her freedom. Each one holds a lesson on how to move through fear, redirect energy, and negotiate for the life you really want. Buckle up. Please help me welcome Agent DTM Sandra Valks. Agent DV, negotiating life, the life you want. Negotiating the life you want. Agent SV. The virtual stage is all yours.
Oh, that was so much fun. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day. And you, fellow men in black, fellow secret agents, in suits and dark glasses, protecting the world from all the aliens. Now, I may not have battled aliens, though you've ever tried to carry a live turkey, you'd question that statement. But I've had my share of negotiations that felt just as strange. And just like the men in black, they set out to create the world they think we need. We too can negotiate to create the life we want. Negotiation isn't just about the boardroom. It's not about contracts, high stakes deals. It's about everyday moments with family, work, and sometimes most especially with ourselves. Let me take you on a little journey. 3 negotiations that shaped me, one as a child, one on the farm, and one in the deepest part of my adult life. I was about 5 years old, sleeping over at a friend's house. Supper went fine, playtime was fine, it was fun. But when bedtime hit, first there were quiet tears, and then there was sad, heart-wrenching sobs. I was homesick. Her mom tried everything. Sandra, how about some hot chocolate? Nope. Cookies? Nope. A story? Nope. I wanted my mom. So finally, she phoned my home, drove me back home, and here's where my mom pulled out her secret negotiating weapon. She didn't scold me. She didn't say, "Don't be a baby." Instead, she said, "Oh my goodness, it's all okay. I have a surprise for you. Cover your eyes, no peeking. Okay, open them." And there it was, a big, new, shiny white fridge. Really? That's all it took? A fridge? Just distract me, dazzle me? Suddenly my tears were gone, my shame was forgotten, and I was so excited. That night I learned something, that sometimes the best negotiation has nothing to do with logic. It's about shifting the stories, giving someone something brighter to focus on rather than their fear. That probably started my shiny object syndrome. Well, fast forward a few years, and my next lesson in negotiation came from creatures far less shiny and far more feathery. After Thanksgiving, we always got a new bunch of baby turkeys, the second bunch for the year. And when they were big enough that it was time to move them from the brooder house to the slatted turkey pens, they'd grow there until Christmas. Dad recruited everyone, and I mean everyone, even me, and I was the littlest, to help carry them. 2 turkeys at a time, one in each hand, dangling upside down by their feet. And then with their long necks. I knew that they were going to be able to get up in there and peck at my arms, and they would thrash and whip around those long necks, and I was terrified they were going to peck at me. I could just picture all the welts and the blood dripping from my arms. I dropped a few of them, and then we'd all go chasing around the pig yard, catching them, and then I'd have to carry them again. I discovered that they couldn't actually twist their necks up far enough to reach me. They looked scary. They felt scary, but they couldn't actually hurt me. So no, there was no negotiating my way out of the work. The turkeys had to be moved. But the win was mine anyway, because I learned that sometimes the point of a negotiation isn't that the other side changes, but you do. You get to overcome the fear and grow stronger. And then came the hardest negotiator. That's a terrible word to work with. That is the hardest negotiation of all. It wasn't with my parents or the turkeys, not even with other people. This time, it was with myself. I had been in commission sales for years, and I had done well. But when my collapse came, emotionally, spiritually, physically, everything was gone. Everything shifted on me. The same career that had once given me freedom now looked terrifying. How could I possibly keep making a living in that broken state? I argued with myself every night. One voice said, "Stay, cling to what's left of your security. It's safe here." The other whispered, "If you stay, you'll never come back to life." And then came the breaking point. I realized that even if I ended up as a beg lady on the street, I could not stay. The pain of staying was worse than the fear of leaving. And so I walked away, terrified, but free. And that was the negotiation that changed my life. Learning that sometimes the best outcome is the courage to walk away. So what do these three stories, a fridge, some turkeys, and my own breaking point, have in common? They each taught me a different negotiation style. Because sometimes it's about distraction and redirection. And sometimes it's about discovering that fear looks scarier than it is. And sometimes it's about walking away because survival is not enough. Finally, you just truly want to live. So, fellow agents, the next time you're faced with a negotiation, whether it's with your boss or your family or that voice in your own head, ask yourself, am I here to compete, to compromise, to collaborate, or simply to walk away? Negotiation isn't just about winning. It's about rising. Go for it. Negotiate. I'll be watching you. Nicole.
And you can keep watching me because I'm taking that advice. Excellent, Agent SV. Thanks for reminding us that we too can negotiate the life we desire. Absolutely brilliant. Now we move on to our third speaker, Agent Paramjit Singh. And his evaluator is Agent Gerda Felix. Do you all know I call her my queen too? Yeah, I got a couple of queen in this light. Doesn't she look like a queen? Come up now. Yeah, and look. The virtual stage has just illuminated. Now, what do we have from Gerda? What's up from Gerda? Paramjit, please share what this agent is up to today.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Agent ANW. It is my pleasure today to evaluate Agent PS. He is working on the path, a new path, which is visionary communication. One of my favorites. And today, the purpose is simply for Agent PS to introduce himself to the club. But I challenge him to do it in a very different way than what he usually does. He asked me to make sure that he is engaging well with the audience using humor. I'm looking forward to the speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Agent G, Evaluator, for our agent, Speaker Paramjit, who is a design and development manager, MLP trainer, and growth mindset coach. He has been a Toastmaster for 5 years. And on top of it, again, don't hold me accountable now, he weighs 125 pounds. Today, he'll take us through his journey from an ordinary person to a successful engineer. Paramjit Singh, the last baby boomer, Agent PS. The virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, Agent. And Toastmaster of the Day has already mentioned my name. But let me fill in the missing details. Paramjit Singh, from my attire, you can find out that I was made in India, exported to UAE, under full warranty, terms and conditions apply. I took my avatar in northern India, a city called beautiful Chandigarh. It was not an accident. It was a well-planned mission by my parents. Because they waited 9 years after my elder sister's birth, because they were not only perfectionists, but the visionaries. They felt and they believed that perfection comes with time. So they waited, and waited. But from my face, can you see they were successful in their mission? Oh my, I am delayed masterpiece, Mona Lisa of procrastination. But they were perfect in time, because 1 or 2 weeks here and there, I would have been in a Generation X rather than baby boomer. Just see the identity crisis. In my studies, I was always outstanding, mostly standing out of the class. I was hardly working because I was not working, and remarkably unremarkable. But my parents have a lot of hopes from me. They envisioned me to be like my 2 maternal uncles, the best engineers from one of the Swiss Institute, Indo-Swiss Trading Center. But my parents were betting on a jockey who has never lost because he never qualified for this. And unfortunately or fortunately, I scrapped in the college. Because every college gets one student who can make other students happy. And that was my social service. Now, in the college, I was not alone. These 2 maternal uncles were always sitting on one left shoulder, left shoulder, and always speaking something here. Grades, marks. They were always watching my curve, my education curve, because their curve was absolutely easy, smooth. And mine one always fluctuating quietly at the bottom of the curve. For me, physics, chemistry, material sciences, and math was like a French movie without subtitles. I was not able to understand anything. It was really overwhelming for me. And none of my classmates were helping me. I thought of quitting 1,000 times. However, whenever I thought of quitting, I always felt and see my parents' faces, their hard work, their sacrifices, and their hopes. So I couldn't quit. However, I was under pressure. My elder sister, my lifelong mentor, she could find that I lag in fundamental, the basic understanding of the subject. And she gave me 2 nuggets. One, start from scratch. And the other one, the best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. I couldn't understand, but still, when I make it happen, I started studying from scratch. I bought my 8th grade to 12th grade books in my engineering college in my hostel. And when everybody was sleeping, I used to study. Only 2 to 3 hours of sleep in the night. And this worked. This worked, and I started moving ahead. My grades steadily improved. And by the end of the 4th year, I was the top of the list, even outshining my maternal uncles, and I was given the gold medal. The day I received the gold medal, it was my first taste of success. Apparently, by that time, my eyes were there, but I was really blind. I was not able to see the vision. I was just entangled in marks, grades, everything over there which helped me to grow. But I was not able to see the bigger picture. This was a realization. And from that day onward, I started everything looking at the vision and working towards it. That's why now also I have chosen the pathway, visionary communication. Because all of life, I have understood, it is not, the vision is not about having smooth curve or getting better marks. It is about finding your voice, sharing your stories, inspiring others with maybe funny, maybe messy, but unpredictable curves of your life. And now my vision is very clear. I wish to become a motivational speaker who just doesn't speak, but sparks motivation. Who just doesn't speak only, but paint a picture where everybody can see fit in. And maybe it was just to prove that a masterpiece of procrastination, Mona Lisa, becomes Picasso of visionary communication. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Agent PS. Inspiring. Keep working towards your vision. I'm moving on to our 4th speaker. Dum, ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. Our president, Agent Holmes Teng. His evaluator is our Astute Zoom background police, Agent Hannah Schmidt. Where is Agent HS? Here she goes. Please tell us, Agent HS, what are you doing today?
Hey, Agent NW. Our Agent HT from Singapore is presenting visionary communication, level 5, project 1. Develop your vision, the first speech. And the purpose of this project is for the member to develop a detailed vision for his personal life, professional, or an organization. Over to you, Agent NW.
Thank you, Agent Hannah. Holmes Teng worked as a project manager for the Singapore government. You will hear how he envisions what collaboration can be like across government agencies. In light of today's Men in Black theme, he says we'll get rid of the harmful aliens now together with the friendly ones because he believes we can. Holmes Teng, let's collaborate. Let's collaborate. Holmes Teng, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, TMOD. In work, like in Men in Black, we have all forms of characters. Some of them act as if, hey, you're there to provide a service. Get it done! Why are my inputs needed? Take some money, get it done! There are others who are a little bit more civil. You are the professional here. How can we work together to find out how we can move forward together? I work in the shared services department, taking over HR, human resources, as well as finance services. And the idea is that when things are centralized, we can find some ways to do things better. But there is one big challenge in any form of centralization. We got the processes right already, from 50 years ago. Print everything out, everybody will meet face to face and we'll sign them off. All right? No changes, take the money, get it done. It's a challenge. Because when different processes remain as it is, as it was built, maybe 20 years ago, maybe 50 years ago, we are not harnessing the benefits of new technology, better ways of doing things, and the current business context. If it was just system, we could build a new system. If it was just policies, it's a bit harder, but something still can be done by revisiting what is needed, getting management support. But the number one challenge would be if others enshrine the legacy practices as a mindset. This is the way to go and I will not change. Then we will have a big problem. The vision that I have for my work and for my department is that we will change colleagues who are closer to category 1 over to category 2. In this speech, I will not go into details as to what exactly are the actions. That's for the next speech. Stay in tune. But here, we can roughly identify that part of the things, perhaps, is anxiety, is courage to face the present, the problems, and the willingness to explore. Perhaps also having fun in exploring. So when I have in mind this vision, we're talking about taking a step back from whatever that we may be facing. For example, in human resources and well in finance, there are multiple times we have to do reporting. What if you have to do one set of figures for the financial year, one set of figures for the performance year, which starts and ends in different months, and another set of figures for green reporting or good practices? It's very repetitive, and each time you receive a data, any of those teams cannot know whether the data is reliable or not, because it may be in the wrong format, it may be using the wrong assumptions, and they have to be recalculated again, and you may not have the raw data. So the vision that I have is that my colleagues will be encouraged to move from category A to category B. And that colleagues from my department, the shared services department, because we dwell with the processes of many other different departments which have similar needs, let us advise, let us brainstorm together, let us share the best practices. And if everyone see, is there some ways we can fine-tune our services? Is there some way we can fine-tune the ways that we do things? Even if it means changing the technology, even if it means changing the policies, but as long as the mindset is right, it is possible to move ahead with smoother processes, less repetitive work, more efficient work, which is more meaningful for everyone. This is my vision for my department as we have shared services, centralized services that not just takes over the work of others, but advises others and improve the overall end-to-end process. Thank you so much. Back to TMOD.
Thank you, Agent HT. That mindset of collaboration, with that mindset and approach, you will win. You will get to your vision. We are moving on to our final speaker, Veronica Zuze, Agent VZ. Let me say that again. Agent VZ. Okay, come at me now. And our evaluator is Agent Iris Casinilla. Hello, good to see you, Agent AC. Please tell us the objective of Veronica's project today.
Fellow agents, tonight, have the pleasure of hearing from Veronica, Agent Veronica, who will be presenting her speech on the art of interviewing skills. As we know, interviews can be some of the most nerve-wracking yet important conversations in our personal and professional lives as agents. For this project, Agent Veronica has spent time reflecting on her own skills and preparing to demonstrate how she can present herself in the best possible light during an interview as an agent. Please join me in welcoming Agent Veronica. Over to you.
Thank you, Agent AC. Agent Veronica Zuze has almost 5 years of outstanding Toastmaster experience. She has excelled as a coach, mentor, and an accredited Toastmasters Leadership Institute trainer. Today, she will showcase how she manages herself effectively during an interview. She will be part of a role play presentation. Help me welcome Agent VZ to the virtual stage.
Thank you.
And she's already here. Okay, I see the shades getting you all twisted now, Agent NW. Who is missing? Ah, the role player. That's what's missing. Can we spotlight Gerda Felix? Here we go.
Welcome.
Now my sight is getting better. Shift the shades a little bit. We have the right person on the virtual stage.
Yes, yes.
Welcome. Welcome to Women in International Trade Leadership Conference in Kigali, Rwanda. Please help me welcome our expert in trade, Agent Veronica Zuze. Today, Veronica is invited to have a very brief conversation with me. Why? Because she has proven expertise in trade, hence an authority in a critical sector. She has a unique perspective as a woman leader. She is a thought leader and visionary who can articulate Africa's trade future. Also in leadership development and communication skills, and a role model to young women and professionals. And last but not least, she also has the ability to connect across stakeholders and engage a diverse audience. Please help me welcome Agent VZ. Welcome,
Hello,
Agent.
hello, everyone.
Please briefly introduce yourself and share the journey that has brought you where you are today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Agent Gaida. My journey with the customs international trade arena started more as a blind date. My uncle, whom I was staying with when I had finished college, told me about the opportunities in customs in Zimbabwe. And so I applied for this job, went for the interview, and I was so nervous at that time. But fast forward, I've been in customs for 10 years. The relationship has been for better, for worse. I've spent almost 30 years in this job, making cross-border trade smoother, faster, and more inclusive. As a woman leader in a very male-dominated environment, I am passionate about empowering informal traders and strengthening regional trade integration, especially the women traders and young people who are in trade. I also have a LinkedIn newsletter where I write articles and encourage and share information on trade. And also I am a Toastmaster. Thank you, Geda.
Thank you, Agent VZ. Well shared. I know that you have spent some time working in the international trade arena. What drives your passion, and why is trade important?
Like I said, it's been a better, for worse relationship. I'm passionate about international trade because trade is not about movement of goods, but it is about movement of opportunities. As you cross the borders, you find new opportunities that you never envisioned. And as an astute leader, I find it very interesting to interact with the traders. And I've had an opportunity to participate in formulation of policy on international trade in my country. I've had the experience of clearing, having risen through the ranks. And because of that, I find the job very satisfying. And for Africa, I believe efficient trade systems are very critical. Therefore, I find satisfaction in recommending policies that improve, and also in mentoring the young generation of customs officers and experts and future experts in the area of trade.
Thank you. Now, I have a follow-up question. For an untrained mind like myself, in regards to trade, what is it that you can give me as some tips of what I would need to look for? Perhaps if I come into connection with you, that would make your life a little bit easier.
Having been in customs, one critical factor that I realized is that people travel without doing prior research, or people send stuff without having done prior research. So I would recommend research the area that you want to export into or import from, and research before you travel so that you are aware of the laws of the country that you are visiting.
Wow, research. Definitely, this was an answer for me that will help me in the future, although I am not in trade, but I do travel quite a lot. And one more question before we end. When people look back on your career and contribution to trade and border management, what impact would you like to be remembered for?
I would love to be remembered as somebody who changed the way people think about borders. Borders are not barriers to movement, but they are platforms for opportunities. I hope my work also contributes to building systems that are more efficient, especially for the informal traders and for the young people in trade. I also hope to leave a generation of young customs professionals who are efficient, astute, and understand their work and have the commitment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Agent VZ. There you have it, folks. I hope that our conversation has helped you to think a little bit differently. I know it has for me. Thank you. See you next time. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you.
Love it. You too, wow, beautiful agents delivered such poise. Great role play. And I hope Agent Hannah, HS, she's also a traveler. So she's learning a thing or two tips about being prepared when she travel. Okay, our esteemed guest, it's your turn. How are you doing? You have heard great speeches. You have an idea of how we operate as exceptional self-directed leaders. Please go ahead and sign the guest book. Lydia, please post that link again in our chat. Thank you. May I ask the timer, please post the times in the chat box. Let me go over to that. It's probably there ahead of time. Okay, it's coming up shortly. Zoom Master, Agent Wahiga, please launch the poll for the best effort speaker. And the poll is launched. This mission is quick. There you go with the times. Astute mission. Yeah. Oh, they keep interrupting the headquarters again. Give me a second. What time is it? 10:54. Yes, we are on time with our agenda. Today's a fun meeting. We are okay to go over a few minutes. Of course, hopping in. Yep. There we are. Next segment. That was the headquarters. We're on time. Introducing Renan Ursula, who will take care of our final segment of our meeting. Elite agents, who have delivered their speeches, and all other role players. Are you locked in? It's about your evaluations now. Can we have our general evaluator, Agent Rana Ursula, Agent RE, to be spotlighted? Okay, thank you. We just had some issues from I just noticed it. We had some little transmission issues. All comes a part of our mission, but we still go on. So our Zoom master had some challenges, and I see our agent, Renan, is here ready to go. Agent Renan, good day. How are you?
I'm good, though
Great.
I'm a bit sleepy already because it's already almost 11 p.m. here in my country, but I'm
Right.
still alive.
Exactly. The mission goes on. We are awake. All right. Agent Renan is a seasoned human resources professional with 16 years of experience in both local and multinational companies. Currently serving as an HR manager in one of the leading BPO companies in his country. That's the Philippines. He says leaders in Black embody the idea that while leadership demands strength, focus, and professionalism, their true edge comes from making funds their secret weapon, creating energy, connection, and inspiration that drive people forward. Over to you, General Evaluator, Agent RE.
Thank you, Agent NW Nicole Whyte, our Toastmaster of the day. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and our warm welcome to our guest. I hope that you enjoy the meeting. As a general evaluator, I will oversee the evaluation segment of our meeting. I will be calling our astute and seasoned Toastmasters to evaluate our speakers. Then, reports of the functionaries such as timer and grammarian. Finally, I will share my overall assessment of the meeting. Let's begin with evaluating the toast. Who will, let's call the one who will evaluate the toast delivered earlier by Agent Y, usually Joseph. And that is Gilda Schla. Gilda hails from Canada. She said why the team is important to her. She said having a clear vision of our goal makes our mission to achieving our goal possible. Over to you, Gilda.
Agent YJ, read me. You captured our attention in the first statement in your toast, or sentence in your toast, by sharing your personal story on how the whole family was stressed out in the hospital waiting for maybe bad news or good news. But they were all stressed out, and how you, as a leader, you broke that with a laugh. Some of them did not agree with you, but you knew what you were doing. You wanted to show them that we still exist in time of stress We could laugh. We are in control to receive whatever news it is. Then you took us in a very subtle manner. And you gave another example of a leader of the US President, Obama, and how when he delivered his speeches, he injected a humor in his speeches. And that's, again, to show the people that as a leader, he is in control and to transfer that control to the rest of the people. Let's make that toast more powerful. Fun is our secret weapon. You talked about how having fun is a secret weapon, just like what our founder said and reminded us all that the best learning happened when at the time of enjoyment. Where is the fun that you were supposed to show us? Maybe you could have said, I am here to show you some fun, or something like that. All in all, you showed us that fun is a powerful weapon for leaders, for leadership. You talked about the importance and the power of having fun every once in a while, especially at the time of stress. I look forward to your future speeches. Thank you. Back to you, Agent G.
Thank you so much, Agent GS Gilda Schla, for your wonderful evaluation for our toast. What I like about the speech, you gave sample of what you suggested for the improvement of our speaker. Maybe the only thing that I could suggest is the timing, because I've noticed in the timer it's already colored red when you almost provided your recommendation or suggestion with the timer. But all in all, it's a wonderful evaluation. I hope that it's perceived well by the speaker. Thank you. And then let's proceed with the next evaluation. The one who will evaluate our Toastmaster of the day. And it is Ray Rivera, or Agent R. Agent R. Ray Rivera is an astute Toastmaster joining from the US. For Ray, taking charge as a leader is a huge responsibility that requires confidence and maturity. Over to you, Ray.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Agent NW, also known as Nicole Whyte, also known in my What's Up app, Anchored with a Purpose. I hope I can present some astute observations about your performance today as the Toastmaster of the day. How welcoming you were to all of us, our guests, our members, our role players, and our speakers and evaluators. You invited all of us to have fun, especially with today's theme. You opened up with a now and a how, and I loved how you did the transitions, acknowledging the guests at the beginning of the meeting. Even with some of our difficult technical problems, you were able to not panic. I found that very astute in the way that you handled yourself. And I do have a question. Those interruptions from headquarters, I hope they weren't from Holmes, were they? Well, I don't know who they came from, but you handled that responsibility about those interruptions quite well. And for each speaker, each role player, you welcomed them with an introduction, you reflected back to the speaker or role player, and complimented them and thanked them for their participation. You didn't have to thank them, but you did, because speaking and evaluating is the heart of all Toastmaster meetings. And most importantly, if we don't come out more energized than we did coming in, what are we doing wrong? Today, we're not, because we're having fun, because you invited them all in to enjoy the fun. So what changed? What the things that you could improve upon? It was very difficult. You asked me to see if you were able to captain the ship. You did. Were you able to manage the time? This is leadership speak. We try to fit in a 2-hour meeting into 2.5 hours. And you had the vocal variety, the body language, the welcoming gestures. So that you did well. And most importantly, if you were nervous, I didn't see it. You enjoyed yourself tremendously. I enjoyed a lot of what you did. Just a little tweaking is just be sure to follow the agenda and things like the speaker is a speaker, the role player is a role player. But that's such a minor tweak. So that's great. Just one suggestion is when you set up your platform as a Toastmaster today, make sure that the chat is on whatever side of the of your Zoom screen so that you're aware of the entire scene as the leader. Thanks for making this meeting fun today. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Agent RV Ray Rivera, for your astute evaluation. I agree when you mentioned that the TMOD serves as the captain of the ship. As the TMOD really handles this meeting of ours today. And you also provided what the TMOD excelled at, and you provided your suggestion. What I could only suggest to add on the evaluation is to summarize all the points that you mentioned at the end of your evaluation for our TMOD. So as a takeaway. Thank you, and overall, it's a very well evaluation. Thank you, Agent RV. And now, moving on to the next evaluator who will evaluate our education speaker. It's Nokawe Nokose, Agent NN. And her thoughts on our today's theme is, it's a reminder to take charge of my life and be intentional about it. And that's all. Over to you, Nokawe.
Astute Agent RR. Your takeaway message was valuable and clear. You reminded us as leaders the often importance of ensuring continuous fun as a fuel in our leadership journey. With that, your speech was igniting, of course, to me. Agent Rozy, you excelled in delivering your speech with humor in a funny way. That added value, of course, to me, and I believe to the fellow sergeant in the virtual room. You connected with your audience throughout your speech. You kept on asking questions with a very bright and beautiful smile. But your questions, they just hit home. So there's no way that we could have slept as agent of the day. You made us laugh. We experienced how to try to inject humor when you are angry. And of course, you made us to feel how it is to have fun. And you gave us some strategies, of course, of how to ignite it throughout our leadership journey. You presented your speech exceptionally well. You were well prepared. Your presentation was beautiful. The colors, the way you changed it now and again, it kept me awake, of which I believe it did the same to the fellow agents. My challenge to you, Agent Rozy, is that you continue to give such valuable speeches and change the world. In summary, your takeaway message was very clear, great, and challenging. That in all that we do as leaders, we need to ensure that fun is part of what we're doing for everyone to be interested in what they are doing in their role and for us to excel in what we do. You excelled in delivering your speech and achieving the objective of your project. Definitely you are able to deliver a longer speech in a funny way and ensure that your audience is captivated. And my challenge is that you continue to give valuable speech as you did today. Back to you, Sergeant General Evaluator.
Thank you, Agent AKNK Nokawe Nokosi. I love that you love challenging the speaker to deliver that kind of a speech that full of fun and information about leadership speak. The speech of Agent RR Rozy Rana has really full of information about camaraderie and fun that is happening at leadership speak. Thank you, Agent Knockout. All right, so next with the first speech. So now let's proceed with the evaluation of the first speaker, Angela Brown. The evaluator is Agent YJ. Agent Hughley Joseph, who hails from Canada. Over to you, Hughley.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Toastmaster Angela Brown, congratulations for this presentation full of gratitude for the prize of the most inspiring author. During this presentation, you showed yourself vulnerable and you used this vulnerability to create connection with the audience. You highlighted the difficulties that people living with chronic illness and mental illness are facing in their daily life. You were able to demonstrate resilience, the ability to regain power over uncertainty of life, and the ability to embrace what life has to offer with grace. The most important aspect of your presentation was to honor those living with chronic illnesses and mental illnesses. You expressed your gratitude to God, your family, your friend, and Raymond Aaron for their support, their encouragement, and their assistance. You shared the trophy as well and the book to the audience as your visual materials. And you concluded by a quote from Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to strive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. What can be done, Toastmaster Angela, for your next to make this presentation even more impactful? I will highlight two things for you today. The first one is to have a words for your other fellow competitors. Because if you are receiving this prize, it means that there were other people on the line to receive the same prize. So during your presentation, you can acknowledge them and acknowledge their work. Secondly, in the conclusion, you can have a more audience-oriented statement, adding to the quote, because you finished, the conclusion was just the quote. You can have a conclusion more audience focused. And overall, that was an inspiring presentation. You used your vocal variety, you had great presence, and you used some powerful content, powerful statements in the presentation, and you spoke from your heart. So my challenge to you today is to do not forget your fellow competitors and having an audience-focused conclusion. Congratulations again, and back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Usually, for your well-detailed evaluation for our speaker, wherein you highlighted what good about the speech where the speaker excelled at, and you even gave a recommendation on how to make the speech more impactful and put it into the next level when deliver again in the near future. And you also gave your recommendation, wherein I noticed that you gave a summarize points of your evaluation, and you even challenge the speaker. Thank you. Thank you, Agent V. Why? Usually Joseph, Agent YJ. Thank you. Now next, let's moving on to the second speaker. Second evaluator will evaluate the speech of Sandra Valks. Agent NW. Nikhita Winkler. Why the theme is important for her. She said that bringing more playfulness into every aspect of my life is one of my core values. Over to you, Agent NW.
And so it is. Thank you, Agent General Evaluator. Fellow agents, We just bought premium tickets to learn how to negotiate from Agent Sandra. And I don't know about you, but I left the room an astute agent in negotiation. What Agent Sandra might not have known is that I was watching her negotiate with her audience. And I applaud you, Agent Sandra, for you have caught our attention with vivid storytelling, humor, and emotional connection. Moreover, you nailed the project objectives. Oh yes, I arrived to this queen of straight talk with high expectations. And you, Agent Sandra, you delivered value, teaching us that negotiation is part of our everyday lives and leaving us with weapons to be better negotiators in very different situations. But agents aren't the type that would just walk away, are they? So, Agent Sandra, it is my duty to challenge you. I'm here to compete. No, I am not here to compete. I'm not here to compromise, and I'm not here to walk away. I am here to collaborate. As your evaluator, I will help your speech to improve. And here's just one thing I observed that could be polished. You started your speech in one voice and then suddenly changed voices. You weren't quite ready there, Agent. Your opening was a little confusing for me. Lots of words and images that I couldn't string together so astutely. Battling aliens to carrying a live turkey to negotiation. I would have opened up with negotiation isn't just about the boardrooms, it's about everyday moments. I felt that would have made the punch. Finally, fellow agents, we've learned today that negotiation isn't just for the boardrooms, but for life itself. Agent Sandra, you equipped us with weapons of courage, adaptation, and freedom. As we leave this mission, let us all remember, survival is not enough. The best negotiators, like the best agents, they know when to change, when to fight, and when to walk away. Back to you, Agent General Evaluator.
All right. A well-detailed evaluation, Agent NW, and I agreed with you mentioned that about the speech of Sandra Box. It's a powerful speech wherein you are here to evaluate and not you are here to collaborate and not to fight against and that's a powerful evaluation as well. Thank you, and thank you, Agent NW. Now let's move on to the next evaluator who will evaluate the speech of Paramjit Singh. Gerda Felix, Agent GF. For her, the theme, it's important to have fun in everything you, because without you, you will break. Fun provides a healthy break, especially in the midst of serious matter. Over to you, Agent GF, Gerda Felix.
General Evaluator, fellow agents, welcome guests. Agent Paramjit Singh excelled at telling a humorous story. He engaged the audience with highly compelling, well-constructed content. The words were descriptive. So many nuggets, made in India, exported to UAE, Well-planned mission, delayed masterpiece. Mona Lisa. Studies, outstanding. Very astute in your delivery. I would like if you had paused a little bit, because my ears are not so well tuned to your accent, different than mine. Therefore, pause would have made a little bit of difference. For example, you used many repetitions. And as I heard them, I was excited. And then I could not remember what they were. If you paused, that would have allowed me to note them. The second thing I would like you to work on is not the title, because the title was The Last Baby Boomer. I asked myself how you could bring it clearly into your speech. Because I asked myself as well, what made you the late baby boomer? If you brought that in your content, it would have been clearer for me. I also appreciated that you incorporated the reason why you chose this path. Because as this is an icebreaker, not only we wanted to hear about you, but also about the path that you chose, and that you did that very well. You took us on a journey from conception to now, the late baby boomer who wants to become a motivational speaker who sparks motivation. Very clear. In summary, you shared an engaging story. I would like you to work on the pause and make sure that your content is so clear that I will know instantly the relationship between the content and the title. But what made it the best for me, not only because it was beautifully told, you also included many repetitions. Astute, astute, astute was your icebreaker presentation. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Agent GF, for your astute evaluation for Paramjit Singh speech, wherein you highlighted the engagement and how the speech is organized. And you also itemized your points with during your evaluation. And at the end, you ended it well, wherein you summarized and gave what are the takes away for the speech. And with the highlighting the astute, what is the repetition on the speech, wherein the speaker would really recognize what would the speaker could improve on moving forward when deliver again a speech. Thank you, Agent GF. Now let's move on to the evaluation of our fourth speaker, who will evaluate the one who will evaluate the fourth speaker, Holmes Teng, is Distinguished Toastmaster Hannah Smith, or Agent HS for today's meeting, a Toastmaster from Namibia. Over to you, Hannah.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, members and Holmes. Holmes developed his vision to explore what collaboration can be like across different departments of a large organization. What's in it for me? The answer to your question on how we can move forward together is you developed a compelling and exemplary speech about your vision on how to move from category A to category B in your company and how to share the best practice. You were on the spot in developing your aspect or some of your aspects of your mission. You requested me that I observe how you envision collaboration. It can be across different departments, yeah. You described your vision for your personal life as a dream of where you want to be in your organization, and you showed excitement, you showed passion about achieving it. That's what I liked about it. Dalai Lama said, in order to carry a positive action, we must develop a positive vision. And this can be described as a dream for the future, which you did. You created a clear roadmap to identify your most authentic vision, finding out how to do things better, like your number one challenge and your concern on how to face your problems. Is the data reliable? And if not, then it should be recalculated. You looked at the long-term goals to make your vision a reality, to support and motivate you to reach the next level. Here are a few recommendations. I challenge you to speak a little bit slower, especially when you speak as the other person or wearing different hats, so I can distinguish who's who. Your Zoom presence, I noticed only your hand gestures when you spoke. Make use of the full screen, the entire screen, and highlight the importance of your vision. Please use a few more pauses for me to catch up on my emotions and let me relate to the important points you made. Holmes, I wish you all the best for the second speech, and I'm looking forward to the plan to implement your vision, to achieve your mindset, be more efficient at work, and to improve your overall process to achieve your vision. Improve the overall process. I repeat, be astute, and you will become what you believe. To move from Department A to Department B. Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Agent HS Hannah Smith, for your evaluation, wherein you highlighted something that what the speaker envisioned during the speech, and I agree that this wonderful speech from Holmes Teng would be more even great if he will use a full screen so we could see how good is he during the speech when he makes the visual effects on the screen by changing the different eyeglasses and the hats on the screen. Thank you, Hannah, for your evaluation. And now let's move on to the last evaluator who will evaluate the speech of Veronica Zuze. Iris Casinella. For today's meeting, Agent AC. Agent AC, a Toastmaster from Angola. The theme for him is, he said, life may be often tough with ups and downs, but along the way it is critical we keep it fun as well. Don't take life too seriously. That's all of what the theme is all about to him. Now, over to you, Agent AC.
Agent Veronica, you gave us an engaging and professional role play interview. From the beginning, you showed confidence and poise, setting the tone of someone who is interview ready. What stood out was how you talk about the area of trade. I learned something today. And you didn't just answer the questions, you provided with us insights, demonstrating an astute awareness of how your skills, knowledge could be applied to the real world context. You added value and made your performance very, very relevant. Your answers were very concise and very clear. You handled unexpected questions smoothly, pausing just enough to gather your thoughts before responding with assurance. Assurance required for your agent. My recommendation to you is twofold. Continue strengthening your interview skills by adding more depth to your delivery and pay close attention to your body language. Using open gestures, steady posture, and purposeful movement will help reinforce the confidence already present in your words. Overall, Agent Veronica, you impressed me. You impressed us with your professionalism, your astute insights on trade, and your ability to communicate with clarity. With the continued practice, Agent Veronica, and stronger body language, you will shine in the future interviews. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Agent AC, for your evaluation wherein you highlighted how confident the speaker is, and she's really poised during the interview. And your evaluation is well timed. I've noticed where you provided your recommendation. It's not yet read, so that's why you were able to uh, end your evaluation on time without turning overtime. Thank you, and that's all for our evaluations. Now, proceeding to the next segment of this general evaluation, the report of the functionaries, the timer. May I request the timer to share the times in the chat, please. And while sharing that by the timer, let's call on our Zoom master to please launch the poll for the best efforts evaluator. All right, I hope that you have already chosen your best effort evaluator. Now, let's me call on our grammarian. Let's hear from H. Han. All right. Okay, let's hear from our grammarian, Lynn Moak, who has been listening attentively for proper language use as well as areas for improvement, including the use of the word of the day. Over to you, Agent
Thank,
H.
thank you, Agent Rana. Here go my grammarian report. List those who use the word of the day. Rozy, Rana, Astute Enders, Veronica, Astute Leader, Rana, used many times Astute, Rivero, 2 times, Nikhita, astutely used, Weda used astute sometimes and specially use a trait of astute. Hannah, be astute. And last one is Agent AC, astute insights. I encourage all of you to continue using the word of the day outside the meeting. And right now I will introduce list code thought word of saying that I like it so much. Agent Rozy Rana use some phrases and sayings that inspire us to see the importance of fun and possibility in learning and performance. For example, fun doesn't mean absence of seriousness. We learn most during moments of fun. Variety is spice of life. Laughter is best medicine. Fun is not the goal, it's the goal. Elevate your fun, elevate your performance. And Agent Angela Brown use with every step you take, you open the world of possibilities. And I really like the quote she used. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. From Maya Angelou. And Agent Sandra Vogue used hot, wrenching salt. And negotiation is about everyday moments, and sometimes the best outcome is the courage to walk away. And Agent Paramjit used moralista of procrastination. And Agent Nicole used keep working towards your vision. And Holmes, of course, used let us brainstorm together and we can find some way to do things better. And Veronica used borders are not barriers to movement, but they are platform for opportunities. And Hannah, we must develop positive vision. You look at the long-term goals to make your vision a reality. Yeah, this is all my report. Back to you, Agent R.
Okay, thank you, Agent HL, our grammarian for today. Now, I would like to provide my overall evaluation of the meeting or the last part of my general evaluation. One of the things that truly sets our club apart is the strong sense of camaraderie. Wherein it's evident earlier during the education speech. Because by greeting every member and guest warmly, just like what we did earlier. In fact, if we do it always before we start our meeting, we greet every member who comes in the Zoom, including guests. This is a powerful reminder that our club thrives when everyone feels seen, heard, and welcome. The suggestion to actively encourage guests to fill out forms and consider membership is not just procedural. It's an invitation. For me, it's an invitation to belong or to be part of the club. That sense of belonging is what transforms a meeting into a community. For our grammarian, we use the word of the day many times. As mentioned by the grammarian, not sure how many it is, but we use the word of the day many times because the grammarian posted every time the word of the day in the group chat in order to remind us, which is a good practice. Because posting in the chat deserves as a gentle reminder for all evaluators and role takers to incorporate it into our feedback. It's a small step that can make a big difference in reinforcing vocabulary and encouraging participation. Kudos to our grammarian, Agent HL. Lastly, I want to briefly highlight the importance of partnership between speakers and evaluators. It's happening even before days before the meeting. There's a collaboration between or partnership between the speakers and evaluators. At Leadership Speak as an advanced club, these roles, the evaluators rather, are more than just individual tasks. They represent a collaborative effort. The speaker shares their message and the evaluator provides constructive feedback to help them grow. It's not about a simple feedback, but about support and development. When both roles work together with mutual respect and purpose, Leadership Speak members benefit from a culture of learning and encouragement. Let's continue what I only can suggest. Let's just continue to strengthen this partnership and ensure every evaluation is guided by astute insights, making each one meaningful step forward. That concludes my general evaluation. Thank you all role players, speakers, and evaluators for your contributions for our meeting today. Let's continue supporting one another as we grow together in confidence, clarity, and camaraderie. Thank you. That's all. Over to you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Agent Renan. Your management of this section of our meeting is appreciated. Well done. Moving on to our thought of the day. Zoom Master, please spotlight our speaker, Buhari. Agent BC Z. Hello, Buhari. Always smiling.
Hello, Agent NW.
All right. You are serious about fun, taking us to all the way to the end of almost the end of our mission. Excellent. Leadership shouldn't always be the business of seriousness. Sometimes incorporating fun means pausing all the chaos to reflect and re-energize for better impact. You said it. So let's hear what you have to say about this meeting and your reflection.
Aye, Agent NW. We've heard from the speeches that were delivered today with the team, Leaders in Black. Fun is our secret weapon. Here at Leadership Speak, since the inception of our forward-looking founders of self-directed leaders, were built on a foundation of being self-directed leaders, of achieving impact no matter where it is. That is why over the years, we have stayed on top. 3 best clubs around the world globally, standing currently as the best top club across the globe. But one would say, with all this achievement, that must be serious work. But here we are today, leaders in black, sharing how we use fun to achieve our goals and target where we want to be in the future. You could see from the meeting, as a point of reflection, how we incorporate fun in the seriousness of being self-directed leaders. Where somebody asks, Agent Rozy asked, what was her best fruit? And everybody was saying coffee, coffee, coffee. If not because of incorporation of fun in the business we do of being self-directed leaders here at Leadership. What do you think would happen? There wouldn't be more collaboration. There wouldn't be trust. But because of the fun we incorporate, of course, in our meetings, we build trust. We collaborate with one another. And that's why we remain at the top. I urge you all, from the speakers that have spoken today, in their storylines, all we could hear was fun. All we could hear was impact. Stay tuned to Leadership Speak and know more of our secrets being at the top in the world. And one of them is fun. Over to you, Agent NW. Thank you.
All right, well said. Thank you so much, Agent BZ. Awesome, thank you. That's what it's all about.
Hey.
Zoo Master, or rather, or Pure Master, may we have the results of our poll? Can you post the winners, or rather the best effort speaker and evaluator? Yeah. Woo! Nikhita Winkler. Agent NW. We are really back. Rana, DCM. Best effort speaker. We are serious about fun.
You good guys dressed in black, remember that, just in case we ever face to face it.
Well done, congratulations, DTM, Rozy, and Nikhita, DTM. All right. All the emojis are going up. Everyone is excited. What a meeting. Thank you all, guests, members, and agents for making today's special meeting such a success. Agents, our mission is complete. Today, we heard powerful voices, astute role players, executed with precision and excellence, and a keynote message that reminded us of leadership's secret weapon. Well, it's no longer a secret. That weapon is fun. Remember that quote by our founder, our late Ralph Smedley. We learn best in the moments of fun. As we step out of the disguise and back into the daily life, our daily life, let's carry that energy forward. Now, I hand over to our president, Agent Holmes Teng. Agent Holmes Teng, to address our guest.
Thank you, TMOD. It's a wonderful meeting. I would like to hear from some of our guests. What do they feel? I'll call on for a few guests. Tirune, are you available to speak?
Thank you very much. I liked the meeting today. I found it interesting. This is my second time to join you guys. And I think I was the alien that you agents, the astute agents, should be looking for to make me one of yours. Thank you very much. And I will keep on joining your meeting as long as I have the time and the energy. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Tirune. Vivian, are you available to speak? Or is Men in Black for you? Marlene? Christina? Evelyn Krish?
Oh, good morning, and thank you for letting me attend the meeting. I thought the theme was just fantastic. Leaders in Black. I was enticed just to attend the meeting just to see how you would do it. I do have to comment that I was really touched by the interaction between the speakers and the evaluators. I've not seen that interaction before at other clubs, and I really think it adds a lot to the speaker and evaluator that they both work as a team. So great meeting, well organized, and again, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much, Evelyn. It's a pleasure to have you here. To Evelyn as well as all guests, you are always welcome to continue to visit us as guests. And for guests that are interested in joining us, please sign in the guest book so we can contact you. Let me hand back over to the TMOD, Nicole Whyte, to conclude our meeting. Over to you, our captain of this meeting.
Aye. Thank you, President Holmes. I now officially adjourn the meeting. What can I say? End of transmission. Do master, thank you.